welcome back to my hero. This is my no Gollux, no Commercy, no GMS gear, basically following KMS gear meta hero. We're sitting about 8.5k stat right now, and we're going to do CRA today. Here's the node setup I'm using for most of them. I do switch on a bind for Vellum. I probably should have just switched it in for all of them, but whatever. I'm using all the boosts, which is fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and do Sea Queen first. I'm going to talk over these a lot just because, like, it's not that interesting. It's CRA, and I'm like way overgeared for this, as you can see from this first burst that I'm going to do here. I didn't quite realize how overgeared I was going to be for this, which I should have realized because I have a bunch of boss meals at like a similar gear point. I'm sitting in like full max nodes. Everything's like, 12-star gear and like one line epic. I don't know. It's just very like I should have known that this is going to be K-Rock. I don't know why I was thinking of this differently. But yeah, whatever. That's fine. It'll make these easier, but that just means we can get to other bosses faster. Lomien should be coming up pretty soon here. The other thing I'm doing with this hero, which I talked more about in my first video, if you are curious about it, but I'm doing not actually solo progression, but like kind of. So what I'm doing is I'm like proving that I can solo a boss to be able to get such and such gear, and then after that, I can like take carries to get away from time gates around stuff. So like I'm trading hard lomien carries for this hero. Oh my gosh, I'm super dumb for attacking there. But I'm trading hard lomien carries to get absolute gear, but I'm not going to equip the absolute gear until I can solo normal lomien. It's sort of a good example. For CRA, it doesn't really matter, right? I'll just be soloing CRA every week. No problem. But yeah, that's what we're doing with this character, and it's been fun so far, and I'm excited to keep going. I think it'll get more interesting after we get past lomien, because right now it's still, I don't know, pretty standard gearing of a character, like I might normally do a boss meal or something. Okay, despite knowing that I'm like super over geared for this, I like burst and then completely forget to will the first hat here. This is actually my second clown clear on this character, which is why I have AB Link in this boss and none of the other ones that I'm going to show you, because I had it equipped for all the other ones. I just forgot to keybind it because I'm being silly. But anyway, I like way over burst here, and then which I should have known because this was my second clown. The reason it's the second clown is just because the first one I get the wrong hat for like 5-6 times in a row or something, and I figured this one would be slightly more interesting, even though I still get the wrong hat a bunch. It was less than the other one. Both of them are pretty boring. It's fine. Which does kind of bring me to, in doing all these bosses, which I do all these bosses a lot on a bunch of characters every week because I have a few boss meals, and I always hate it. And I'm doing it here on my hero again, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to rant a little bit about these bosses, and man, are they just dumb. They're just like, Nexon has improved a lot in their boss design, and I would love if they went back and like changed some of these old bosses. I know that would take like a lot of effort on their end, so I can kind of see why they're not, but like, man, I would love if we had low tier bosses be like more interesting, because I spend a lot of time doing them every week and it's annoying, but it's okay. Right here I don't quite have burst back up for the second burst here of clown, and I like worry I'm gonna split it. I do end up splitting it, which is kind of annoying, but it's all a bit scuffed. It's fine. Anyway, they split. I just tank a death and then kill them. It's whatever. But the fact that that's like a strategy is like, I don't know. It's just, to me, this is all just very silly design, which is fine. It's whatever. Anyway, that was clown. Let's move on to chicken. Chicken is also annoying. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff with CRA that's just incredibly dated. And I'll stop ranting about it, but my opinion is they should redo some of these bosses and make them more interesting. I keep them the same damage thresholds and stuff, like for like when you should approach them, but these just feel a bit dated to me. But that's okay. In general, for Hero, I've been enjoying the bossing. I obviously still haven't experienced that much of it. I'm just doing CRA here. I've done a little practice normal lomien, which we'll be able to do once we have our CRA gear, no problem. But the hero bossing is very straightforward, which is what I was looking for. It's sort of the attack speed based class, or like attack based class, I should say, as opposed to like a hurricane or something. If you want like a simple hurricane class, you can go up to like bowmaster or something, which is your whole shtick is you hold down hurricane and you have some buffs you use, but hero's kind of the attack based version of that, where you hold down your attack button instead of hurricane. But to me, attacking as opposed to hurricaning, like using an attack that has some amount of commitment or something, like there I get punished because I like use an attack when it wasn't safe to, right? I don't know, to me is fun and interesting on its own. I'm not the most like best mechanics person out there, so having just a straightforward class where you like have this low cooldown iframe and otherwise you just attack and then have a couple skills, Rising Rage and Sword Illusion, which I just used each of right there. You just kind of use those off cooldown, and otherwise you kind of hold down your attack button. It's fine. I had this really bad lag spike here. I don't actually know what happened here. I like very rarely get those, but I just got a big lag spike and it came back and died. But that's fine. I guess it happens. It might have been because I was recording or something. But that's a bit weird because I record other stuff and I don't know. It hasn't really happened to me otherwise. Anyway, that was chicken. We can move on to Vellum. So for this one, I do put in a bind, but I totally forgot that I put in a bind at the beginning. So I like scuffed this first burst super hard. I don't know what I was even thinking for a lot of it, and then like I don't know, whatever. I'm just kind of being dumb. Part of it, I think I do have this problem where I have this Mihail, which in many ways feels similar to Hero, like in that you just have this main attack button that you're using all the time. But Mihail just like iframes literally everything. So I think it's gotten me in a little bit of a bad habit in some of these spots where I just like sitting there holding stuff down and I'm just being dumb, expecting to like iframe everything. Whatever. I'm getting a bit far afield, but I do think it's funny, some of these mistakes that I'm making. Otherwise, Hero, yeah, it's good. It's the attack speed class and or attack based class, and that's what I wanted from it, and that's what I'm getting from it. So I'm happy. I do think at some point I will want to make a hurricane class and do maybe something similar like I'm doing with this Hero, but that'll be very far off from now. I think it'll probably be Wind Archer because they have some other, like their dash looks fun. But who knows? We'll see. This could be a very long time from now, so I don't really know. Things could change by then. Or maybe there will be a new hurricane class or something. Whatever. Otherwise, for Hero, so I've talked some about the bossing. I still am generally enjoying the mobbing too. So I did, not for this video, but after this video, and you'll see at the end, I trained it up to 225. I was just training at Chicken Festival 3 in Lock, and I'll show the rotation later, but it's very simple. I mentioned this in the first video, but part of the reason that I chose Hero for this project is they've had a bunch of like mobbing buffs and changes with Destiny. To me, made the mobbing not only better but a lot more interesting. But at Chicken Festival 3, it is very boring. So I'm not getting the interesting thing there. This burst ends up pretty good. Look at it go! Wow. If only I'd done this the first time. Yeah. Okay. So the mobbing is a bit boring in that map. It's just very much going to square, which is fine. It's still, I don't know. There's no way around it, and sometimes lazy mobbing where I can just not really have to pay attention is very nice. So I shouldn't complain that much, really. I do take another burst here to kill Vellum, so we're just gonna chill for a couple minutes here while we wait for those cooldowns to go up so I kill Vellum. Something I do think I need to get better at with bossing is using the World Reaver iframe for better purposes. Because the other classes I play are an Adele, where your iframe is kind of a convenient panic button, but you're usually dodging things with like using their movement and everything. And then I also play a Mihail, where you are iframing literally everything all of the time. And so this feels like a little bit in between, where it's like you still want to be using your iframe to help maintain good uptime. And while Hero has some movement options, it's not like Adele's movement options. And yeah, so it just makes me, I don't know, I haven't found a good balance of how to use it yet. I think you should use it more than as, just a panic button, which is mainly how I've been using it. And I should be using it to actually boss better as well. And I'm not really doing that, which is fine. Anyway, there's Vellum. So that's my bossing so far. Let's go ahead and go to the mobbing. And so I talked about this rotation slightly. It's a very simple map. This is Chicken Festival 3 in Lach. And we just go in a box, because the map is shaped like a box. And so we go in a box. What we do here is basically, in the bottom left here, we rush up. I use that skill to shoot out left and clear everything in the top left. And then we use fountain top right, which is, I put top right just because that seemed to be where the most stragglers were when I was just going in a box normally. I also put Burning Soul Blade in the top middle there. It doesn't really do that much. It does clear some extra mobs every once in a while when I'm like caught in a rotation where I'm not already clearing that part. But for most of it, it doesn't really add much. Anyway, I have a 6-minute B up from this class. You can see, or from this map, I get a bit over 15k kill rate here using this rotation. Which is fine. It's nothing amazing, but it does what it needs to do. And that's about it. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and move on. I'll just do a quick gear update now that I'm at 225. And we're sitting at about 10.5k stat here. All mass over everything. All the accessories I've cubed to like 1-line drop or 1-line meso with a line of either strength or all stat. We started the CRA pieces up to 15 for the top hat bottom, since we'll use those for a while. Everything else is just sitting at 12 star. Emblem I recubed to 2-line attack. Otherwise, looking pretty similar. Here's a quick flash of the nodes again, but yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you all for Lomien.